Okay, boys and girls, here at the thing, I actually did the first cut but forgot to turn the bloody camera on, so well, you'll just have to watch me repeat. The cut's been done. This is an old piece of shelving I found that I made for my puzzle cabinet. It had a number of screw holes to hold the slides on, which I've cut off, but you're not to see that because I didn't have the bloody camera on. What I've done is I've advanced this board, pulled it across about 5mm to at least you can see me doing the cut. Everything's been squared. Well, when I say squared, working on the principle of all these dog holes being 90 degrees square. These two, oops, put that down, lock that in. I didn't lock it in before, so who knows, that mightn't have been a perfectly square setup. It is now locked in. These two are what this board is held against. These two is what I'll put the tracksaw against. Now I have these UJK Path Duvalakis that actually hold the tracksaw fence. It's sort of spring loaded and it holds the fence right up against the dogs. The first cut, sorry, when I tried to make the first cut, I actually had this dog here. Can you see my finger? I don't know whether you can. Yes, you can. This dog here in that hole, and when I put the put the saw in, naturally I couldn't get it past the dog because of the body of the saw. Simple matter of moving it, no big issue. But I've now moved it. The saw is naturally cordless. It's been paired with the Vaxis and Sysvac. I keep getting the two mucked up. While it's got hang on, I'll show you, a remote on the hose, I don't need to worry about that because the Bluetooth battery has been paired. So when I turn the saw on, hang on, you hear the shop vac cut in, and after the few seconds or whatever it cuts out. So I don't have to worry about that remote, it automatically happens. Alright, here we go. Drop the saw, turn it on, make the cut. There you have it. I told a lie, it's not 5mm, it's 6.7mm. But still, who's measuring? Okay, I've made that cut. Now what I'll have to do is measure out what the length is going to be and reposition. I'm not going to go through the motion of the movie, but I'll do it and come back. The other one that I'm sort of replacing measured 450, so I shall measure 450 here, and I hope I get it right because I don't know whether you guys have seen this, but this is actually a left-handed, where is it, tape measure. You can actually see the numbers go from right to left. Makes sense, doesn't it? It goes right to left, so it's a left-handed. That's because you hold it in your left hand and you've got it the right way up. 450 is there. Now the trick's going to be is trying to get this, because of the dog holes, trying to get this, good question, how am I going to square this up? I'll have to play around with this because why? Because I've got to get this up here, but while I've got that up here, I've got to then square this up. This is what happens when you do things on the fly without rehearsing. I use one of these clamps which requires that arm to be out like that so you can then get a grip. Well, because of the ribs on this bench that I'm on, I couldn't get that. It was basically down there like that, and that wasn't enough to get a grip. I could have replaced it with one of these, but I thought I'd bugger it. That's too much hassle. It doesn't have to be exactly square. It's nice to have it, but bad luck if it isn't. It's supported well enough. I put a clamp on there to make sure that is against the board, and there should be enough weight from the batteries and the saw to get through there. All I've got to do is make sure I don't actually pass the saw blade over one of these dogs, which I don't think I have, so let's go for it. The depth should be the same. And there we have our board. Bugger it. It's got holes in it everywhere, dents and everything. Oh, that's right. I buggered up because it's not this piece I wanted, it's the other piece I wanted. So I've actually allowed a little bit more than I needed for the curve. Not to worry, I can live with that. This comes off. Oh, that's right, the clamp's still there, just holding on, just to make things difficult. Come on. Yeah. Bugger. So, there we have it. Where's my left-handed tape measure? Holy shit, it's close enough to 450. No, it's not actually, it's the other way around. Either way, doesn't matter, I'm happy enough with it. Now I can at least, I've got a board I can then zip off and start laying out for the path system. So we shall continue with that.